of becoming an entrepreneur can be challenging to navigate and even intimidating at times. Add a language barrier and it can become even more difficult. So how can one go about starting their own business, and what resources are available for Spanish speakers? Joining me in the studio are Jayne Meléndez, Program Manager at EforAll in Holyoke, and Oreste Varela, Springfield Branch Manager of the U.S. Small Business Administration, to answer those questions and more. A lot of people, when they hear the word entrepreneur, they may think, big city, I have to live in a big city, but that's not the case, correct?
Well, that's correct. I mean, entrepreneurs exist everywhere in the world, in society. You can watch all kinds of programs on TV and see even young children. It's really about a business concept. All it is about an idea. That's really what entrepreneurship starts out as.
So if somebody in this area is looking to become an entrepreneur, what is the process?
One of the processes that I would say is look online and see if you see any events for entrepreneurs that are coming up, and also just Googling, businesses in the area that help, such as Oreste's business that helps individuals with starting up businesses.
So the small business, I work for the Small Business Administration, which is part of the federal government. We're a very small agency. In Massachusetts, there's only 10 of us. 9 in Boston, 1 here, and it's me. I cover Western Massachusetts. And people come to me, either it's email or it's phone, or they drop into my office, and I'll cover the basics of how to start a business. And occasionally, or actually pretty frequently, a Spanish speaker will come in. And yes, I am Spanish, but I don't speak Spanish. And
that's common, right?
Yes, that is common. But luckily, we do have resources available. We do have Spanish speakers who can convey the information to these people who are interested, in starting their small business.
Now, EforAll has a lot of different divisions in different cities. You have one in Holyoke, and that's a large Spanish-speaking population. What resources do you have available for those people that need the Spanish translation?
So right now, we are launching our first Spanish program. It's called Para Todo, and it's going to be launching in July. And we're going to be providing a 12-month accelerator. It's going to be twice a year, where we take them through the steps with starting up a business. So we're bringing volunteers, mentors, a lot of people that specialize Spanish speaking to help these individuals who are looking to start up a business.
One word you used was accelerator. Can you talk to me about some of the resources that are available for people to start in that process of becoming an entrepreneur?
It's just something as little as having an idea. If you have an idea and you're passionate about it and you're committed, then you can definitely work with us. We'll work with you.
People may think, I don't have enough money to start as an entrepreneur, right? But they have this great idea. What resources exist to help fund them to get this idea started?
And that's the biggest issue for people is the money. One of the programs that SBA has is Sba Loans. The SBA doesn't lend the money. Banks lend the money. It's a relationship that we have with our local banks and other lending platforms, organizations. So there are several different programs that I go into in great detail with people to explain to them how they can access funding. And there's other means outside of loans also. That people there are the like GoFundMe pages, Indiegogo, things of that nature, where you're basically raising money in a community and you create a campaign. So there's mechanisms to do that, to raise the money. But it's funny that most people, when they start a business, it's either their own funds or friends and family that get them started on the road. A lot of times, what I'm telling people is, don't think big, think small. Get the business started with the least amount of money. Get a positive cash flow. And then as your business grows, now you can then go to the bank and apply for a loan, and you're more apt to receive that loan once the business is actually, moving forward.
I would say, I know going through our program right now, you are eligible for some seed money. Just for going through the EforAll Accelerator. through the city. So those are some of the funds that some, entrepreneurs can also get a hold of for starting up their business.
Once an entrepreneur starts up their business and they kind of get it going, is there any resources or support that exists for them as they move along in the years of their business?
Yes, what I wanted to mention is that SBA has 4 resource partners. They're individual organizations, private organizations that have a relationship with SBA, and I'll rattle them off quickly. SCORE is one. It's a national nonprofit organization, and it's staffed by volunteers. The Small Business Development Center is another. That's a quasi-state organization, and in fact, the Small Business Development Center is doing workshops entirely in Spanish that will be coming up shortly. And then there's the Center for Women in Enterprise and the Veterans Business Outreach Center. And all of these organizations provide similar type of programs, meaning there's one-on-one counseling that's all free. And again, if there's a Spanish speaker, we will get a Spanish-speaking mentor for them. And there's also workshops, lots of different workshops that are available, many, many different topics. So 4 resource partners are there to help a business start, grow, and expand.
I know that many people probably, like I mentioned, get intimidated by becoming an entrepreneur, and then there's others that are very excited and they're ready to go. What are some of the benefits and the cons of becoming an entrepreneur?
Well, everyone has their own reason to become an entrepreneur, but generally the feedback they provide is independence. They want to be independent. They want to control their life. They want to control the money that they make or whatever it is. But really, entrepreneurship isn't so much about money. It's really about making an impact in and around our communities. Like the businesses, the entrepreneurs that have gone through EforAll and Holyoke, and we have a great relationship, they all want to give back to the community in some way. So that's one of the main drivers that we see, is that what can we do to make our lives better, our family lives better, and how can we have a positive influence on the community? In terms of, I think you mentioned like a little negative side, it's uncertainty. You don't know how things are going to go. You can go around any city, even here in Springfield, you'll see a restaurant open up and then it closes within a year because they didn't have a customer base. You don't know what you don't know. You don't know until you try. And we try to help them. Our resource partners try to help get that information, explain it all away so that you're going to have a greater chance of success when you open that brand new business.
That's good. I like that. I like what he just said. But it is, as an entrepreneur, I always tell them, building their confidence is something that we work on a lot. And just knowing that you're going to fail. You're going to fail and it's okay. You're not always going to have a customer. Some customers may not need your services and it's all right,
Great. Thank you. Small businesses can help grow and transform communities. With local resources available for people at all stages in their entrepreneurship journey, dreams can turn into reality. More to come on Presencia. Many voices, one community.
¿Quieres conocer más de los latinos en Nueva Inglaterra? Te invito a visitar nuestra página de la web wgbY.org/presencia. Haz un clic para que conozcas sobre nuestra herencia, tradiciones, cultura, diversidad y más. Queremos que tu voz sea escuchada.